Nee?
Nice waterfall.
Almost never runs here. That's good.
Yeah, this is unusual considering the amount of rain, but obviously it was underestimated amount of rain.
Well, ons rain gauge was nou op die my gegooi op 60.
60, ja.
Dit was die laaste, kom ons sê 5 dae.
Ja,
En dan voor hom
was ook nog reën, ja.
30.
Thanks.
So ons het in about amper 2 weke 100 mos gehad.
Ja, dit kan ek glo. Ek's besig om te record hier. You'll see where we're going now, now. Somebody actually took a photo and I was surprised to see that it's full. But we're going through this forest spot here, which is actually it's cooler in summer. And what you just saw there with that waterfall, it's not the only waterfall, but I'm not going to record too much here. I'll record more of our actual endpoint destination, and we might decide on making this a circle route. We'll see when we get back, or when we're heading back. Maybe take a vote as to which one we want to take once we've completed the other 3 kilometers. Catch you now. Look at this here. Is this not stunning? This is exactly what I was hoping, because I thought, yeah, this must be their time of the day, of the year, time of the season. Is that awesome? Or is that awesome? This I'm recording, but I hope you're going to see it. Millions upon millions. You see like that pink line in the center of the screen there. Millions of them. It's like this is their favorite spot. So full of it. What you won't see on the camera, or you might see, if you see some sort of pink spot, look there, some pink stripe like that. All ericas. When they worked on this road for waterworks, let me take this down, they created this turnaround here to make life a little bit easier for them. It is full. You've got a whole hill, this entire hill, all the way up to there is just ericas. Lovely. Lovely. I knew this time of the year we'll see some, and I knew there's a chance that we're going to see some. I was not expecting so many. And here we've got a sort of like a white one that just wants to be different. What a nice walk this is. More water than I expected, yeah. On your way, yeah. Everybody's taking video here. Obviously this rain we've had has had a far better impact on the mountain than what I suspected. It's not every day that you see two running down here at the top. And for weeks and weeks there's not a drop that's running down here. What a nice sound there. Let's see how full it is after this rain, whether it's dropped overnight since the last photo that was taken and posted on social media by somebody else about a day or two ago. I'm actually sorry I saw that photo, because my whole idea was to come and see for myself and preferably not know how full it is until I get here. Oh man, the phone has just died. And then I saw that photo and it looks like it's still full. The leaking dam. The ghost, not the ghost, they call it in Afrikaans. There's also another word over, most commonly known as the leaking dam. I'll think of the other nickname Nana. But at least we're not losing this water that's leaking here. All this water that's leaking through this dam wall here runs down in the Swart Rivier to the Garden Route Dam. So just by looking at that river, you can see how much water in total just leaks straight out of this dam here. But nice to see it full. Yeah, practically to the top still. Definitely worth coming. I'm glad I came to check. Just look at all the wood here. I mean, that I obviously underestimated that rain that we had. I was not expecting this, and I was not expecting the waterfalls to have so much rain, to have so much water. Very pleasing, very pleasant surprise. I'm gonna make coffee here now. I brought my little kettle. Let me get away from here where it's so noisy. Brought my little kettle and I'm gonna make some coffee right here on the damn wall.
You brought a kettle. So
I brought a kettle. I brought a kettle, yeah.
I was eating over there.
Yeah, that's a nice place with those trappies. First come, first serve with those steps there. Just spoke to such a nice guy, Andre, and I said to him, I clearly recognize his face from somewhere, because I've seen him in the mountains before, and he knows it just as well as I do. So we were just having a long chat here about all the little places, and that little place, and that little, yes, that place and that place. So he's obviously just come to have a look at the dam here. Andre, I said to him, no, I recognize his face. So this must be their bicycles. I was wondering how he got here. Looks like bicycles. Oh, there's Roy still. And we're not holding them up at least. I was wondering whether I was holding anybody up, but at least by the looks of things not. Look at these flowers, man. Let's see if we can record the waterfall, if you want to call it the waterfall. It's about as good as a waterfall from this angle here. Now you've got these wattle trees that they must cut down. In the past they actually had good control over these wattle trees. Working on fire used to come with teams, and it was tough work. They used to have these plastic cover things that they put over their legs, for protection from the thick growth that they had to go through to get to the wattle trees and the pine trees. But they had it under control. Now I see there's a lot of wattle trees busy taking over, so I don't know if they've got any plans. Maybe not. I was only lucky once when the sluices were opened. I wasn't expecting it. But I arrived here because I came here in the rain, knowing that the dam is probably going to be full, and those sluices there were open. That was a sight to see. That was beautiful. In 100 years time or 150 years time, people are going to wonder whether this year was built with the help of some slaves, like, you know, or almost slaves, just like the Montague Pass, if this road still exists. But this has been done fairly solidly, eh? Very, very impressive. Lot of stones. And with that bridge that they built there, for over 20 years there was no bridge. Used to be one of the fun parts where you'd have to clamber down, and this entire piece of road would be level except for that one part where the waterfall is, and you would have to climb down and back up again, and then also of course get over the water there. Now they've built a bridge. This rain has had a very, very positive impact. I'm so surprised, I really am. Maybe it's because of the regularity, if that's the word, of the rain. Couple of millimeters one day, and then quite a couple again the next day, and then skipping a day, and then another day. But there's definitely more water, and I think it's fantastic. But we'll see. Let's not forget that the main Garden Route Dam, before this round of rain started about a week ago, the main Garden Route Dam was standing at 43%. Now, all that water that's in this dam that we went and saw now, and all that leaking water goes down to the Garden Route Dam. So the great news is that there's still some water from this rain running down to it, because that leaking dam ends up going down fairly quickly. That's why I was surprised to still see it full. I wouldn't have been surprised if it dropped by about a meter between the last rain and today, but it hasn't. It's still 100% full. So we'll see by what percentage the main Garden Route Dam actually ends up filling up. Maybe 10%, maybe up to into the 50s at least, within the next week or two. Time will tell. There's a house. Now that I think about it, I was going to stop recording, but now that I think about it, there's a house that was built next to the dam that was used for, and built purposely to be used for a movie. Not a movie, I think it was a particular reality show, if I remember correctly. And I saw a photo of it yesterday from one of my friends, and I'll be going to have a look at that at some stage. Apparently it's got a very nice balcony and or veranda, whatever you want to call it, and things like that. So that will be a first, and I'd like to go and see it. I've always spotted it from far off, and then at the same time we can have a good look at the level of the dam, see what it looks like compared to the last time I was there. If some foreigner came walking here, they probably wouldn't know what a wattle tree is and how invasive it is. But even still, we've got a lot of shade here. We've decided to take an optional route back. It has been yonks and yonks since I've walked on this piece. I do like the shade of it at least, and it's soft. And so it was either this or the same forest at the back, at the bottom I'd say, or on the railway line. And who wants to walk on a million stones on a railway line? So we decided to take this. I'm not going to record too much of it, but at least it gives you an idea. It's nice and open, and it's lovely for bikers. I think a lot of cyclists use this here as well. So two of the people in the group have ended up going back the same way because they went so far ahead that at least I contacted them and they know exactly where they are, and how to get back. Quite interesting that it appears as though they've been cutting some wattle trees here as well. If there's some sort of operation going on to clear wattle trees, I'm not an expert on how it should be done, and whether it's been done the right way or not, I have no idea. But all I can say is that anything is better than nothing, because they've been taking over at some parts here. Anyway, we're practically back. Practically at Santos this morning, yeah. Ja, môre. Hello. No, I'm just joking. That was somebody, one of my neighbors that came walking past me now. Thanks for joining. We're back on this railway line, very close to the end there again, or start, I'd say. 80% of this was a circular route today, at least, for the sake of the people. And long time since I've been on that top one that goes just before below the top railway line. Nice to see that dam full. That's what I was wondering. Is it going to be full after the rain or not? And after all the severe drought that we've been having, seeing any full dam is great. So we'll see what we do next weekend. If you've happened to be watching this all the way through, thanks a lot for joining, and I'll catch you at some stage.